So I'm looking to upgrade the hard drives in my SeaGate personal cloud storage, model number SRN22C as in Charlie. That is Sam, Robert, Nancy, 22 Charlie. This is the 4 terabyte version. This is old. I'm gonna say it's well over 10 years old, and I've been using it, and it works just fine. I really like it. This is a look at it. Model number, all that other stuff. So I've upgraded the hard drive from the 4 terabyte drive to a 6 terabytes are in there. I have them at RAID 1, which is, they're both identical drives. I'm gonna upgrade it today, and what I'm gonna do is upgrade them to 10 terabytes each instead of the 6 terabytes. My only issue is I don't want to copy and paste or move files. It's going to take forever. So what I'm hoping to use is my Disk Jockey Pro duplicator to duplicate the 6 terabyte hard drives that are in there to the 10 terabyte ones. So I'm looking to whatever bay they're in. Let me just show you. Pretty easy to open up. Has one Ethernet, one power cable, and USBs for one is for, it's a print server, and the other one is or as a USB backup device. So you can use either one as a I believe one's you can use as a print server, and one you plug in and you can use it to back up the content in here onto an external drive. I don't believe, and I have never tried it, but I'm almost sure you can't just connect the USB drive here and share it on the network as an additional drive. You can only share the ones that are in here, and one is used for backup, and the other one you can use, I believe you can add a printer and make it a print server. That I will use the USB 2.0. The USB 3.0, which you can see by the color coding, black and blue, that this will be faster. They suggest, I think in the manual, if you're doing incrementals, instead of taking up the USB 3.0 connection, you should use the 2.0 because they're incremental, so it's slowly backing up. So you could have this backed up to an external drive. So that's pretty cool. The blue one is used for making one major backup. So that's to my knowledge. I could be wrong. I'm not a super expert on this, but this is of what I read. I'm almost sure I tried it before. I wanted to add an external storage, and it just, there was no option there except to back it up. That was a long time ago. So the way you open this, this little button right here, you just press it and it kind of comes apart. I've done this a few times, so be careful. Don't slide it open. Don't drop it. These are hard drives. So like I said, I'm upgrading the 6 terabyte drives to 10 terabyte drives. So I'll be copying the content from here in the same setting as the 10. So I'll be doing it like this. So this one will go here and this one will go here, and I'll make sure I put them in that way, so that way there is no confusion, there's no difference. And hopefully I turn it on and it comes up. The only thing I'm thinking about that could be a problem is that I may not get the full 10 terabytes. Now usually the Disk Jockey does a great job on expanding the hard drive space, and there's no issues on reformatting or anything. So we're gonna see what happens. If that's the case, like if I do this to this and I get the full 10 terabytes, I won't have to start over. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna have to wipe. I'm just gonna have to start fresh and wipe these two, and then somehow get this stuff on here. Hopefully that won't take too long, but I'm hoping that this option works, where I'm looking to duplicate this 6 terabyte to this 10 terabyte and getting the full 10 terabytes. Hopefully the Disk Jockey will expand the file format. The same thing for these two. So let's see, let's hope for the best. To remove the hard drives that are inside the SeaGate, you have to peel it off as easy as possible. I've peeled it off several times, so that's why it's pretty easy to peel off. Once you peel it up, that's it. These things kind of shift out of place. Let me see, the inner ones. Okay, so the external, these out here have to be removed first. On the other side, you have to do the same thing. Remove these screws. After you remove them all, then go back and put the screws to the side. Do not lose them. And now in the middle here, to get to these screws, you kind of just shift the hard drive. Now, I think it's back. So as you can see right there, the screws are off of here. That's keeping it stationary. Then you kind of push back and they come up. And you have to remove those also. As you can see on the actual, there's a groove where the screw goes. There's a groove. And they just slide out, okay? So again, you have to peel this up nice and easy. Don't rip it. Perfect. I made the connection. Now let's start the duplication. Again, I'm going to try to match each and every single one up. So right now I'm doing drive 1, the 6 terabyte, going through my disk jockey to the 10 terabyte, and I'm going to duplicate that. And since I did a RAID 1, the drives should be identical, so I don't think it really matters where you put them, but just in case. So this is from Bay 1, and I'll put that into Bay 1. And let's hope it works. Let's start up the disc jockey. This thing is, the disc jockey is awesome. Love, love, love it. It is awesome. So we're going to do disk copy, as you can see there. Press the start button. Remember, source file, destination. All right, let's click on the start. Let's see how long it says it's gonna take. It usually takes a minute or two for it to get, oh my goodness, that is slow. Yeah, this might not be a good option. Okay, yeah, I can't do 204. I have no idea why it's showing such a slow progress. I'm gonna give this about an hour to correct itself. If it doesn't, and it doesn't increase the speed of transfer, it's got to be well over 100. This is way too slow. It would take me a couple of weeks to transfer this. It's not worth a couple of weeks, so I may have to start all over again. But let's hope for the best. Let me come back in an hour. I just connected the second drive, number 2, to my external storage SATA external docking station. And on my computer, I'm getting this thing, which is, do you want to format this hard disk? And I'm going to say cancel. I'm curious to see what the file format is, if Windows can even see it. I doubt. This is what Windows is seeing under computer management. And let me see. Yeah, Windows is not seeing any of it. Has a multitude of volumes. Yep, multitude of volumes, but I can't check the properties. So, light it out. Let me check this one. Nothing. So that's how it comes up. I don't know the file format. I was just curious. Under the properties. check it. So I was just curious, but Windows can't see it. I don't know the file format for this device and what SeaGate uses on their NAS device. After well over an hour, I've tried different cables, I've reset it, I've turned it on and off, I've done different things to see if it helps in the transfer. I've never seen the disc jockey go this slow. The slowest I've ever gotten was maybe 80 megabytes per second, and I've never seen it at under 10. So there's something definitely wrong. I mean, look at the amount of hours it's gonna take, and there's no reason for it. The actual disc jockey is working fine. I tried it on another 2 drives and that worked fine. So it's the way the file format is on the NAS, I believe. That's the only thing I could think of. This is a 5400 RPM, that's a 7200 RPM, but that shouldn't make a difference in regards to the transfer speed for this unit, because the highest I think it goes is 120. And no matter how slow the hard drive speed is, I think I've done 4200 RPM hard drive with this disc jockey, and I've gotten 80, 88 megabytes per second. So something's, I don't know, I guess it's not an option. So let's just go with upgrading it to a 10 terabyte. Now, since my 10 terabyte drive came, I turned it off. It's completely off. Since the 10 terabyte came from since I just did this transfer, I want to make sure that there's nothing on it. I'm going to wipe it clean again and make sure everything's good to go. On my computer, this is Windows 10, under computer management, it's coming up like this. So I just want to clean it, make sure there's no issues whatsoever. So I'm going to use disk part to make sure everything is clean, make sure everything is white. I'm using command prompt, and I'm going to use disk part. So it's going to be DIS. Make sure to be careful when using this. It could make sure you don't want to wipe the wrong drive. So this part, okay, it comes up with another command window. The next command, list disk. It's got to be a space. There it goes. So those are all my disk, and I want disk 4. I confirmed that by making sure under system management, that's disk 4. That's what I want. Under computer management, I should say, and the subfolder of that is disk management. So I'm going to do select disk 4, and then I'll just type in clean. So now it's totally clean, and I'll start with a fresh disk. Totally cleaned it. As you can see on the second drive, it came up with the partitions that were being copied over, but it was taking way too long. And if I am correct, as you can see, it's only reading 6, so it didn't extend the file format. So I would have probably had to do this even if it worked, because it's only reading 6 gigs, and I'm sorry, 6 terabytes instead of the 10 terabyte drive that this drive is. So let's do a disk clean for when that. I do the clean, you'll see everything wiped out, and it'll need to be initiated, which is what I want. And there it goes. Perfect. Be careful when using that utility. It's very powerful, and the command prompt, it'll wipe everything out, and it'll take you hours to recover everything. So be careful. Do this at your own risk. I am not an expert. I am an amateur when it comes to all this. Do this at your own risk. Anyway, that being said, so as you can see, I got it's gonna read the whole 10 terabytes. So let's get this put on the SeaGate NAS drive. So now let's get to installing the drives again. I'm gonna make, this is the 70, they're both 7200 RPM hard drives. I'm gonna make this one drive number 1. So drive 1 will go here. Again, you have to put the screws in. I'm just gonna hand tighten instead of using the actual screwdriver. And you're gonna slide it in. So there's a slot there, and that one slides forward. So we'll go something like that. And underneath, okay, there it goes. And then that one, and it slides right in. Perfect. Let me fast forward the rest. It'll be 2 screws here. Just wanted to show you the mechanism that slides back and forth. This right here. You press the button to unhook it, and that's the mechanical part of it. I don't know if the video is giving you enough of a picture. Just in case maybe this came apart in yours and you're looking to put it back, maybe this will help. This will go here. So it looks like, just in case you're having the same problem I'm having, because it looks like there's only one way to putting it in, which is where the ports are. Hole, and you kind of slide it in from the left to the right, and that's the easy way. I was trying it all other ways and it was almost impossible. Left to right with the ports facing you. All right, let's plug it in and I'll give you a screenshot of my setup. I'm just going to use, I'm not creating any users or anything. I'm just going to use the public folder. I'll create one user and that's it, and then I'm just going to create some public folders. Or I'm sorry, I'm not creating a public folder. It comes with a public folder. That's the only folder I'm going to be using. I just want to share all the content on my network within the home. I turned off remote access, so there should be nobody able to get in. Pretty much it's just going to be somewhere where we can all share, collaborate, drop different files that we would like to all see. Nothing's coming up, so I'm going to have to reset the drive, and I gotta power it off first. So now that it's powered off, I've got to push this in and power it back on. Let me see what I can do so I can show it. It's gonna be difficult, but I'm gonna have to hold this while I power it on. So let me do that and try to see if I can power it on with my other hand. Okay, I was able to do it, and I gotta hold it for what is it, 10-20 seconds, and it should reset. It's coming on. So it looks like the unit does not support 10 terabyte drives. It doesn't support it. The maximum terabyte drives you can put in here is 4 terabyte, it looks like. I've tried over and over again. I connected it directly to my computer with a crossover cable. I did everything. So this is going to be a video of how not to. This is a way of upgrading it from 4 to 6, but I can't get a 10 terabyte to work. Now, I did get a 6 terabytes working. I tried an 8 terabyte. Nope, 8 terabyte doesn't work either. So it looks like the magic number for this model number is going to be 6 terabytes. So this is going to be what not to bother doing. But if you're looking to upgrade, the maximum you can go, it looks like, is 6 terabytes. So I'm going to be removing these and adding back the 6 terabyte drives and starting all over again. I'm going to reconfigure it to be RAID 0, and I'm going to hope for the best in that. I hope none of the drives fail. I switched everything out. Everything's up and running now. I got a solid light instead of a constant blinking light. Hopefully this video will be a learning video for you in that. Don't even bother. Unless you get it working. If you can get a 10 terabyte drive in here or 8, please let me know below. I'd be really interested, but it looks like the controller only supports 6. I didn't look it up before I did it. I just did it, and I'm assuming that's what I'll find out. This is what comes up under my PC or this PC in Windows. It'll come up as a share automatically, and that's where I'm going to drop everything. I'm under the network drives management part of the website or the interface, and I'm just going to manage it, and I'm going to delete everything. I already have everything backed up. All done. To this detect it, and I'm gonna make them RAID 0. I don't suggest you do RAID 0 if this is important to you. So RAID 1, 6, RAID 0, 12. I need the space. All done. Almost 12 terabytes of space. That's pretty cool in that usually in Windows you don't get the full 6. This is almost 12. So whatever file format it's using, it doesn't use up a lot of space. That's pretty cool. So this is going to be the end of my video. And this will be what not to do. And I hope it's helpful. I hope you get something out of it. I hope you liked it. I'll mention in the beginning that it did not work to save you the trouble if you're gonna watch this all the way through. But if you're watching it all the way through, you know, and you want to know how to take it apart, hopefully that helps. So I hope the video helps. I hope it gives you advice, and that if you're thinking about upgrading the storage, you'll know you can only upgrade it to 6. And that's all. All right, I hope you liked the video. I hope it helps. Thank you.